Hey guys, so welcome to Hanani Thoughts. This is a platform where I share tips about life, success, purpose, and finances. And today on Hanani's Thoughts, I am going to be talking about, relationships. Now, have you been in situations where you end a certain relationship and it may not necessarily be love relationship, you understand? I mean, it may be just general relationship, but then the relationship ends and then you are feeling, bad about it. You feel like, because most relationships were emotionally connected, so it makes us, would want to feel bad about, things like that and all. But however, while in the process of, feeling bad, you looked back at the relationship and you found out that it's not like I really gained anything from the relationship, right? Have you ever been in that kind of situation? Has it ever happened to you? If it has, then this video is for you. So, some time ago, I had this, I lost this relationship that I thought would be a long time relationship. You know, those friendships that you think would be till Jesus comes and all. So for some reason, the relationship ended, and I'm not going to discuss the reasons. If you like gossip, call me personally. I'll tell you. But yeah, anyways, so the relationship ended, and then I was, thinking about it. You know how you go back to memory lane, and then you're thinking about, things that went wrong, how you could have handled it better, just to become a better person, basically. And I was doing that, and for some reason, I, started feeling, okay, maybe I could have handled the situation better, or, I could have done something differently and all. And then I had a conversation with a friend, and she asked me a question while after sharing everything with her. She asked me a question. She said that all through the period when I was friends with this person or people and all, has there been anything I gained from the relationship? I paused for a while, thinking. Nothing came to mind. So I said, okay, maybe it's because I'm under pressure. Maybe it's because I am thinking about it too much. So let me go home and all. I went home, took out a piece of paper. I couldn't write anything. And this relationship lasted a couple of years. So could it mean that all through the period, there was nothing I learned or there was nothing I gained from such relationship? Suddenly it hit me that you could be in a relationship, in a parasitic relationship, and not know that you're in one. So one of the days it wasn't necessarily what led me to it anyway, but one of the days I was watching a documentary or something like that, and then it was about parasites, and I learned a few things about parasites that led me to being inquisitive as I am. I went in to study more and find out about it, and here are a few things I found out about parasites. So for those who don't know, parasites are basically organisms that live off their host, right? They attach themselves to their host rather, and then stay, they live off the host while the host literally gets nothing from them. So it's a one-sided kind of relationship. That's what parasites are. Like I said, carried out a study, and here are a few things I found about parasites. Number one, I said parasites are organisms that live at the expense of their host. Parasites live off their host. So there are people who basically contribute nothing to your life, but they take constantly from you, consistently from you. They exist purely for their own benefit, leaving you depleted, consistently taking. That's their role. Giving nothing. That's number one. Number two, parasites keep their hosts alive until they no longer need them. Not every toxic relationship poses immediate danger to you. Think about it. Some people would keep you alive long enough, as long as they consistently benefit from you. So if they're in a position to take something from you that could take your life, for example, They wouldn't do that as long as they are still benefiting from you. Number 3, parasites attach themselves externally, internally, or embedded deeply into their hosts. This one is very interesting. There are people that act as parasites, and you'll be surprised that they are not just casual friends. They can come in different forms. They can be casual friends. They can be destiny friends. They can even be family members. Different forms. Same goal: to drain you. Number 4, parasites fully depend on their host, while others act parasitic when it suits them. You know what you will do? As I'm reading all this point to you, just take the word parasites out and then replace it with people. Number 5, parasites drain a single host while others move. Some parasites rather drain a single host while others move from one to another. So there are people that are parasitic to different kinds of people, not just you. They are draining you. They are draining your sister. They're draining your brother, draining your mother, draining your friends. There are 3 major dangers of parasitic relationships. 3. Number 1, nutrient deprivation. There are people who come into your life, and before they came in, you were at 100. By the time they are leaving, you are at 10. You are at 5, 0. Parasites. They are called parasitic relationships. They deplete you, deplete your finances, drain you emotionally, drain you mentally. I mean, have you seen people who come into your life and by the time they are leaving, you are in fact, you can't even explain who you are to yourself. You can't describe yourself to people because of how drained and drenched they leave you. Number 2, danger of those kinds of relationship is immune system suppression. They weaken both your emotional and spiritual defenses. Usually when these people come into your life, they would so attach themselves to your immune system. So for example, if you are somebody who is spiritual, they will attach themselves to that aspect of your life in such a way that by the time they finish draining that part of your life, you find out that you no longer have the urge to pray, you no longer feel spiritual, you no longer want to go to church. In fact, you no longer have spiritual friends. Have you seen people who come into your life and then they separate you from those that can help you? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's called parasitic relationships. They attack your immune system. The things that can deal with them, they take care of it first before they start draining you. So they cut you off from your parents, cut you off from your loved ones, cut you off from your friends. Cut you off from church, cut you off from those that can actually hold your hands if you are down. And then you are entirely dependent on them. They've attacked your immune system. So when they start draining you, there's no one to hold to. Number 3, danger of parasites is disease transmission. They transfer negativity into your life. Negativity. You used to be somebody who was focused, who had a business going for career path going for him or herself, right? And then somebody comes into your life, suddenly things are no longer working. Everything is crashing and crumbling. You got sacked from your job. Your business lost huge amount of money that is now difficult for you to recover and get back on your feet. Transfer negativity into your life. That's what parasites do. What should you do? Simple. When a parasite gets into your body, you flush it out, either through tablets or whatever means you are using. But you flush it out. You build your immune system to create a gateway against them. Flush them out. Do not feel bad about it. Do not feel like you are a horrible person because you are cutting off certain kinds of relationship. if you discover, based off what I've told you now, that this person is a parasite in your life, with all joy and gladness, cut them off. Do you understand me? Because usually these kinds of people will try to guilt trip you and make you feel bad for wanting to let them go. Of course, they do not want to leave. But you have to make the decision, cut them off. And then create a wall and a shield around your life to ensure that they have no access whatsoever back in. Until next time, see me as your brother out.